Oh, I love tea. I love tea. Tea is interesting too because, of course, it's been involved in religious and mystical ceremonies for millennia. The plural of millennium, I think. I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to try something with a little tea. And, of course, something with a pack of cards. And, Chris, you're going to help me out here. I'm going to give the cards a little bit of a shuffle here. And I want you to cut the cards for me, brother. We're going to only use about half the deck. Only about half the deck. So I want you, you're going to decide which cards are going to get rid of. You lean on in there, and you cut about half the cards, or get rid of some cards. Those are the cards we're going to get rid of. Boom. Thank you so much. We got rid of those. Okay? And in fact, let me do this, Chris. Would you grab the cards, and I want you to deal them into 3 piles for me. Okay? Reach on in there and deal them into 3 piles. Okay. Just keep going. Sure. Thanks, man. As I mentioned earlier, man, I'm grooving the nail polish. You are rocking that. No. It's so great to be living in an age where more and more people are just doing what feels right for them. Okay, so look. Maybe check the camera, make sure that stuff's still in the shot. You cut the cards, you got rid of some cards. We were very fair about that. Then you dealt out the cards, and you're going to make the final choice here. I want you to point to, we got 3 choices here. Point to one of them, doesn't matter which one, right? This one, right there. Okay, so look, I'm going to do this very slowly, like that. No sleight of hand, nothing funny. So again, you cut the cards, and we were fair about which ones you're going to get rid of. You dealt them out. You made an obviously very fair choice. Let's see here. 8 of hearts. Now, we're going to use the tea as well. It's sort of a combination between reading someone's tea leaves and a crystal ball, because look, I'm going to reach inside here. I'm going to take out the tea bag, which is kind of like, in this, a very wet, organic crystal ball. And watch, keep an eye on the tea bag, watch. Just a squeeze, and I'm hoping I'm going to get a sense, the prediction, that it all came together, I'm hoping. Actually, wait a second. Look. Right here on the napkin. First, big shout out to my brother, one of the most original, creative-minded magicians I've ever had the pleasure to spend time with, Michael Scutt. Mike Scutt. This is very strongly based on an idea he had. He was doing it with a coin date. I varied it over here to cards and sort of do it a little bit differently. Let's jump in. Let's take a look at this. There's just so much I like about this. First, yes, indeed, folks, get yourself a white crayon. Boom, white crayon. Love it. So you just carry around this white crayon, okay? And you can sort of make one of these up in the can of a coffee shop or a bar or the school, wherever you are. You can make it up in a second. Now, a little side note here. I have played with this, and I don't like straight lines. If I want this to have the feeling of some organic revelation, I don't want a 4 or a 7. I also want something that people can see. I don't have to turn it around to show it, ruin the magic moment by going, no, really, it's a king, it's a K. I don't want to deal with any of that, okay? What I want is a big, honking, off-center 8. Don't make it perfect, okay? Just a big 8 with a crayon. All right, now, let me warn the younger performers here. People are going to think, oh, will people spot that line there? No one's going to spot that, especially if all you do is this. Crankle it up, open it up, it's gone. It's beautiful, okay? This is Mike's primary idea. I love this idea. So, and notice that you can have, if you want, you can have one prepared, okay? Because sometimes instead of, I'm going to share a bunch of ideas here with you, sometimes rather than reaching getting a tea bag, this will work with Coca-Cola. This will work with coffee. This will work with tea. And if you don't have the tea bag still in, you can just get another napkin, ball it up, put it in, and then squeeze that, okay? So you can squeeze another napkin full of tea or Coke or coffee or hot chocolate, whatever. So in that case, what I can do is I can have 2 napkins. I did a version of a very old 3-pile force, okay? I had 3 8s on the bottom, right? Shuffle the pack. I'm doing a in the hands riffle shuffle, and I'm making sure that those 3 cards on the bottom come off first, then finish that, okay? So I've got my 3 8s on the bottom. Then you come over and you have someone cut the cards wherever they want. This is a very powerful moment. Lift off, I say to people, lift off 5 cards, lift off 25 cards, whatever you want, and we're not going to use those cards. Get rid of some cards. So it's not a magician's force or special wording. They get rid of some cards. Put those off to the side. And then I have them deal those out. And while they deal them out, that's typically when I'll do the talk about, tea and mystical ceremonies and, how ultimately I once saw a little baby elephant drink from a brook and an antenna sprouted out the top of the elephant's head, and all of a sudden I was just listening to Tenacious D, and my life was never the same. So no matter how they deal out the cards, as long as they go in a row and they don't double up at any point, they always end up with the 8s on top, okay? So at this point, you could ask someone to, I'm going to turn around, and while I turn around, I want you to peek at the top card of any one of the piles. Or while I turn around, I want you to slide one off. So you could do the whole thing and really build it up. In the end, they end up with 1 card. And of course, what you want to do is get rid of those 3 piles so that later on, nobody sort of checks the other 2 cards on top of the pile. So you're good to go. To finish, if you're not going to use the 2 napkin version, I've got this here. I reach inside, grab the tea. And nobody's looking at the napkin. No one cares about the napkin. Everybody's focused up here, and you've got this squeezing thing. And just the fact that you're making a mess is, immediately people go, oh, it's just dramatic. It's interesting. It's got that real street magic, I don't give a crap about the mess, I'm just trying to amaze people kind of thing. And you squeeze it, and then I always like to pretend as if I was looking for it here, and then I go, wait a second, and all focus comes down here. And when people see that 8 appearing there, it has got a supernatural, it's got the supernatural wizard and witch kind of vibe to it. I love it.